moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai
we want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg that the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you, and God bless.
What's the current monthly income of a governor and members of the board? Question.
So currently, the salary is $10,000 gross. And I am entitled to, I think, 7,000.
No, you acting governor, don't think now. You already been
Yes. But this is it. Since I was appointed acting governor on August 1, I have not attempted to pay the salary, the benefits, neither have I moved.
No, that's not my question.
So after your
nominee, you want to do pro bono fund. You want to do pro bono fund. What is the salary structure? The income, monthly income structure.
That's what I was saying. The salary, that's the gross, and a cash allowance of 7,800 gross.
You have not answered the question.
That's monthly. So have you asked him for all the benefits of
yes.
Well, okay.
Yes.
So the governor, again, gets a monthly salary of $10,000 gross, cash allowance of 7,800 gross. The governor is entitled to a housing allowance monthly. Monthly is 5,000 gross. He's entitled to.
So leave it, bro.
No, because the tax rate changes. The exchange rate changes. So I can give you.
You 60,000 every year for housing.
Yes, gross. So it's paid less taxes. So that's the gross.
So you got 10,000 gross, 7,000 gross.
Yes.
Then another 5,000 gross.
Yes.
So all the gross is going
Well, that's 15 plus 7. That's 22.
Okay, 22,000 gross.
Yes.
Net,
I wouldn't say, because I have not taken it, so I wouldn't know what is net. And again, the net would vary month to month.
Yes, I pay that. Please, you know.
The monthly salary of the deputy is 9,000. And there's a housing allowance 46,000 annual. It is a monthly cash allowance.
You are acting deputy governor as we speak. You've been there for how many months? Acting.
The dodging. When President is enjoying himself, after he told the people that he was coming to rescue, what is the meaning of rescue?
He was going to receive if the court was in a natural state. So that is just one example of how deceptive this old man is. Now, I always, when I was, let's say, attacking him or so, or saying things about him, I always stress on his deception, because we know the old man from way back 2017, I think. You know, none of you here might know that in 2014 or around that, Anthony Casali took me to Boakai. That time he was vice president in his office, one-on-one. He was doing the Ellen Justice administration. And then we were having a conversation. Anthony Cassie was not there. We're having a conversation because Anthony Cassie was like, that's why you see, I usually refer to him as my papa. That just today I'm saying this story and thing. That time I was in the leadership of CDC, district number 12, but he said he wanted to work through the youth or so, because he was having an ambition. So he was nursing his ambition for the presidency. So then he started to explain to me what are those things that he had done in government, all of that. And then showed me one old photo that he used to play, playing cassava or so when you're working with LMCs or whatnot. And when talking about agricultural project and all the kinds of things, I look at the old man and I knew that the old man lacked leadership, he lacked innovation, and all of the sectors he had worked in, there no achievement. There were, from that day, I drew the conclusion that Boakai cannot run Liberia. I cannot be a supporter of Boakai. I have sat with Boakai before, one-on-one, and discussed with him that time he was vice president. I'm just saying this to say that Boakai is not someone who is strange to me. I know Boakai too. I've had conversation with him. So I know him about his agenda also for Liberia. And I knew that it was nothing. So fast forward, Boakai deception again in purchasing a vehicle, which of course he folks told us that during the election that Boakai, considering his age, he was not going to be, so much involved into material things or all of that, because they said that our president then, was materialistic and all of that. He loved material things and everything. But today you are seeing even our president then did not purchase a vehicle that cost that amount. That Boakai, the vehicle that Boakai is driving today in the midst of health crisis, no medication in the hospitals, no go at JFK. I have my sources there. The vehicle that usually takes employees home, that vehicle is down. The vehicles are down, 2 vehicles. And guess what? The vehicles were not even purchased by the Joseph Boakai-led government. They were purchased by the previous government through the GSA, the George Manawia-led government. Those vehicles were distributed over, I think, 40 or 50 of them, or distributed to ministries and agencies during the George Weah-led government. The vehicles now are down. So the people now are going to use commercial vehicles. They are not already making much. Some of them make below $100 and things, but they have to squeeze their little earnings to purchase or to pay for transportation. But Boakai, in his insensitivity, is seated there and purchasing vehicle that cost $1 million. JFK does not have the city scheme at JFK is down today. I listened to Kevin Deming from Pram FM, he and his colleague, when they were talking about how one of his staff had a motorbike injury, which of course is the CT scan that is in at the imaging center, the diagnostic center that you have at JFK, which of course all of those facilities were constructed under the George Manawia government.
Start from our brother, Louis, who is in Liberia.
Because here is Louis, who is not able to do a video call with us on the basis of electricity. No current in the country. A country that is almost 200 years old. Let's leave the 177, 78 debate. Almost 200 years old. There's no electricity, and I'm even sure that the network in that country is so poor that he keeps dropping off and on. And to even afford the data, is a problem. So this informs us that we have a serious problem as people to battle. Yes, the issue about poverty the issue about corruption, the issue about lack of education, if I would say. Even the few educated people in our country are leaving the country. This is sad. It's very sad. And I'm glad that show like this, like the one we own, they are meant to inform our people, because the only way we can transform Liberia is to have an informed population or citizens. That is the surest way. And people like you, Prince, who continue to sacrifice your time, you might not reap the reward now, but a generation to come will remember you about your contribution. Because sometimes when you are living in the present and fighting for a cause, you are vilified. People look down on you. Take, for example, even here in America, when Dr. King's and others were in the struggle, they were not as appreciated as we are doing now. In fact, in America, there is a federal holiday in honor of Martin Luther King's. When Nelson Mandela took the debate, in fact, he was labeled as a terrorist in his motherland. He went to jail he was buried for 27 years. Buried for 27 years. But when he left, died, even up to now, he's still being referenced, remembered, celebrated. So it's the unfortunate situation of the war. It's not unique to our country, Liberia. But Liberia is a sad story to write home about. It's a very sad story. I spoke to a friend of mine yesterday who, went to the country, and he was sharing with me, and he said, look, Eric, I wouldn't discourage you from coming home. This is your home. But let me inform you that the death rate in the country has increased.
Solomon Josh. I said, former father, because I used to live with him. This time I live with him. So like, I used to live with that man. Jen, you see that man? We can't talk all. They were very rude. So he tortured me. Now he's my former father. I'm not living with him again. I live by myself. So, but we got to change our ways. The reason the false prophets are controlling us because we refuse to change our mind. When we see something bad, we'd rather die then. And then we are looking for God's grace. You know what I'm saying this? I listened to a prophet that said, the church we are with, bro, we all want to sit in. And people still sitting down in that church. They may raise an alarm. Emergency. And you are still sitting down. And somebody tell you, soldier coming to shooting, and you still sitting down. He told you it's not possible that the government coming. The judge will have government, there will be blood, there will not be no progress, there will be nothing. And you will still sitting down. Sometimes it's not those that tell.
Well, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, again, it's a privilege. As usual, we ask that you kindly do us a favor. And that favor that we require from you is to please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, and share with family members, and let's have a wonderful time. It's going to be very wonderful today. I can assure you it's going to be very wonderful. Where are the prophets of doom? Where are the prophets of doom? Yesterday they said to you and myself that the government will be chaotic, there will be bloodshed, etc., etc. Today, where are they? Where are they? That all of these evils are happening in our land. That people, are losing their lives on a daily basis. Where are they? But let's think to these clips as we share from the back. So please help me to also share, hit the share button, and let's have a wonderful time. and let's have a wonderful time, please. Help me hit the share button and let's have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Let's have a wonderful time. So let's bring this on and then, we can all have a wonderful time with this.
That we that listen to what they tell us, that where we go wrong. This is a country that suffer war. A message from a pastor or prophet or a man of God should be positive, not negative to the people. But listen to Pastor Bangura. He said, you have to believe because you have replica. Those who are, put it in simple English, false and good. They get original and they get replica. You see, most of the teams that play, they get original jersey. When you go buy in the store, it's a replica. It's not the one they play with. Because I remember when I was playing, the shoes I was wearing are real shoes. You cannot find it in the store. But the first something look like, hey, when you go to the store, you think about your shoe. No, that one for market. They to make money. So, my advice to you, those that are coming every day and telling you this and that, you need to leave them alone so they can know that when you lie to a congregation, God isolates you. And the only way to be isolated for you to walk away. I think that's the only way the preaching for those prophets will be real. Because every time they lie and you say that, they will continue to lie. So I'm asking all of you citizens, your blessing depends on you. You remember when the 10 lepers saw Jesus? The man cried, Master Jesus, help us. But Jesus replied, if you believe, go to the sanctuary. If you believe, you'll be healed. Because of his belief, he went and he was healed. But Jesus did not go there. We just saw the example here. For you to be healed, you have to believe. Because when your mind is not setting, your organs will not work. Malaria, and you're setting, and your mind is telling you that the tablet they give you will not work, it will never work. So let us, the hatred, the blasphemy, let us be real to ourselves. You wake up in the morning, you bless yourself first before you bless somebody. We cannot be negative and want to progress. You listen to Pastor Bangura. He has a similar story. So, when I was in the dungeon, I stay at home. Then I'm in the palace. I will have double hope. For Liberia to be back, it will not be me. It will be you. Because I know where I came from. I came from Jack. It will not be me. For Liberia to be back, it will not be me. It will be you. Because I know where I came from. I will have double hope. For Liberia to be back, it will not be me. It will be you. Because I know where I came from. I came from Japan to Milan, from Gibraltar to Monte Carlo, from Gibraltar to Paris, from Gibraltar to London. The best seller in the world live, and I know how people supposed to live. You don't have one skyscraper, but every day you know too much. For 171 years, you keep talking, you are clever, and you're going to stay looking at this. And when people die, it doesn't matter how many go on the street, you say criticize. But I can guarantee you, not one of my administration that will be worse. And you're going to stay looking at this. And when people die, it doesn't matter how many day you know too much. For 171 years, you keep talking, you are clever, and you're going to stay looking at this. And when people die, it doesn't matter how many go on the street, you say criticize. But I can guarantee you, not one of my administration that will be worse. Day you know too much. For 171 years, you keep talking, you are clever, and you're going to stay looking at this. And when people die, it doesn't matter how many go on the street, you say criticize. But I can guarantee you, not one of my administration that will be worse.
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, again, we want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you under the Palava Hut. As usual, we ask that you do us a favor, and that favor we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button, share with friends, share with family members, and let's all have a wonderful, a very, very wonderful time. It's going to be very wonderful today. You're going to have a lot for us to discuss, and we hope that you're part of the conversation through the comment section. So join us in the comment section. If possible, those of you who may want to call, you can just, do that, hit the share button, and definitely when it is time for you to call, you can definitely call and have your say on the issues that will be discussed on here. So again, as usual, we ask that you hit for us the share button and let's do this together. We can do it and let's do it together. So please send for us also the thumbs up. We really need the thumbs up. Send for us the thumbs up. It helps to protect the video from especially people who report the video whenever we are going live. So please help us to hit the share button, help us to send all of these positive emojis, so that at the end of the day our video can be protected and will be shared far and wide. So I want to say thank you. Let me go to our people first of all and welcome those of you who are joining us. For those of you who are joining us on the YouTube, we want to say thank you so much and you are welcome. Those of you that are joining us from the 5 other platforms, we want to say you are welcome. Those of you joining us on X, we want to say you are also welcome. On Instagram, we appreciate you through the link. We want to use this time to welcome all of you officially. As we go to welcome our people, we want to say you are welcome. We want to welcome our ambassador, Ambassador Venetia's Junior Bar. You are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. Daniel L. Belito Sr., thank you so much. We appreciate you for your presence here. Lucini Vani, how are you, my brother Lou? Uncle Lou is here with us. We want to say you are highly welcome, Uncle Lou. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for joining us. Fatu, that's my own sister right there, Fatu Sharif. How are you? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. And thank you so much for joining us. It's a privilege for us to always have you. Thank you for those inspiring videos that you make. Thank you so very kindly. Ali, thank you so much, Ali. We appreciate you. Ali joining us there from my own county. Yeah, Grand Cape Mount County. So dear to my heart. Thank you. Agatha Glasgow, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Talon, thank you so much, Talon. We appreciate your presence here. from Calfee Dupo Road. Nino and Nina Quia, how are you? That's the birthday girl right here. On the 21st, we will be having a very jolly birthday. So I want to say happy pre-birthday to my sister Nina Quia. Thank you so much for joining us. Nicole, thank you so much, Nicole. We appreciate you. Thank you so much joining us there from Bona Farm. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. Emmanuel Nisa, thank you so much, Emmanuel. We appreciate you joining us there from Yekepa, Nimba County. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. Sabina Harris, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to welcome all of you. I mean, Joseph, all of you, even those of you who do not even agree with us, we still want to welcome you. For the fact that you are joining us, we know that you will not leave from here the same. You will be educated and educated very, very adequately. So I want to say you are welcome. Yasa, thank you so much. Rose, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, all of you. Let's go to our live feed as we welcome our own co-host, our panelist right here, the Honorable Randolph Masekwe Dobayu. Honorable Dobayu, welcome.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you, my dear brother. The great honorable chairman, Prince Sharif. We say thank you for what you do. Thank you for the sacrifices. Thank you again for yet another opportunity for us to talk to our people with a lot of fascinating topics geared towards making our country a better place. And nowhere else is more prudent, nowhere else is more responsible, nowhere else is more engaging than the people's platform, the Palaba Hut. Everywhere for those of us from the traditional background, those are all from indigenous and native background. Most of the time, the Palaba Hut is that conduit. The Palaba Hut is that place, is that setting that we gather before the chiefs, elders, and men with wisdom to discuss issue pertinent to our survival as a community, maybe as a family, maybe as other people with issues, with disagreement, or sometimes with ideas to move our community forward. We go on the Palava Huddle to dissect societal problem and prescribe corresponding solutions. And so for us, we gather on the Palava Hut, on the Redemption Award at the Palava Hut so this remedies a solution towards the issue in our country. And so today, fellow Liberians,
Thank you so much, Honorable Dobayu. Again, want to say you are welcome. Darlington Boy, thank you so much. Faith, how are you? Thank you so much, Faith Doyen. We appreciate you, Rose. Thank you for joining us. I mean, all of you who are joining us, Joseph, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, all of you who are joining us, we want to say thank you. Today is going to be very, very interesting because there are a lot of educative and fascinating discussion we are going to be having. So again, we want to say you are welcome. As usual, we ask that you do us a favor. And that favor that we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button so that, the show can be shared across. So everybody can be able to have, an opportunity to participate. So please, in the Vera chat room, hit the show there. On your Vera pages, hit the show there, and we will be good as we go along. Thank you so, so very kindly. But Honorable Dogayu, I want us to look at something that is happening. That is just by the way, and I want us to just clear this because I know, some of our people might join us. This is by the way, but it's important that we talk about this. The Inspector General, I refer to him as Gele Coleman. Gele Coleman paid a visit to Sierra Leone where he went, some just a kind of, somebody will say, I don't know where we should say state visit or whatever the visit is. He went there. And there was a kind of discussion between he and his Sierra Leonean counterpart, where, people were professionally seated and they were discussing. They had the camera crew on the other side, as usual, doing their recording and stuff like that. And while these things were going on, people seated and doing their professional recording, we saw something very, very disturbing, very, very disgraceful to our nation, where we saw a senior police officer took a phone and was going to the vice president. That place was where the inspector general of the police of Sierra Leone and that of Liberia went to pay a courtesy visit to the vice president. And we saw a police officer in presence of Sam Collins taking his phone and going right in the face of the vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, to the extent that he had to be grabbed by his trousers. He breathed and his trousers were in that particular policeman's hand, and they had to jack him back for unprofessional behavior. And I want to play this because I don't want people to believe what we just saying. But fellow Liberians, I want to play this. It's a few second video, and I want you to watch it. We are just going to, this is going to be a kind of, one would say stuff that we just discussed and just pass by. And I want you to watch this video. Very, very disturbing. Very, very disgraceful. This was the incident where our police director took a cell phone and gave it to another police boss and said, go and do my content, go and record. And this guy was brave enough to go right to the vice president's face to go carry his cell phone there to go and record. Watch this particular video. Don't believe what I'm saying. Let's watch this video. SM Collins there coming in slow motion. Is the vice president seated right there? You see how you were grabbed? He breathed, he trouser and everything. They grab him and they had to usher him back and say, let's go back. And there were other professional, whether be a videographer or photographer, they were all there. But they were situated at a particular location. They put them in a particular place. I don't know, maybe they had a little cubicle there for them to be. But look at what happening. That our own police B-man gave a cell phone to Sam Collins and let Sam Collins and they were going to the vice president. They had to grab him by his trousers, a brief and everything, and jack him back. The man said, Baba, who side you to go? Eh? Point your bunga here. Who side you to go? Honorable Dogayu, I want to hear from you on this particular incident, this disturbing incident that occurred. What is your own take on this? Let's hear from you, sir.
Look, my dear brother, here's the issue, right? Firstly, I know Sam so very well. We are good friends. I've known Sam for more than 10 years. He was in advocacy. He led the Media United to enhance democracy. And while with the hydrocarbon advocacy group, me, Joel Hensel, Marco Tippison, and Patrick Sua, we did a lot of collaboration with Sam Collins and while we're in student advocacy. So I've known Sam, even as Assistant Minister for Defense, Defense for Public Affairs. We had a lot of collaboration. I've known Sam, and sometimes a particular association, a particular group, a particular gathering can alter your behavior. And so what I saw yesterday display, it is a national shame. Beyond it being a national shame, it is an embarrassment. It tells you that our police don't understand etiquette. They don't understand professional engagement. They don't know engagement and disengagement strategies and protocol. They don't respect themselves, in short. Because what happens yesterday, everywhere around the world, nobody passes behind a VIP. The VIP gotta be you gotta be cited at all time by the VIP. When I mean cited, his sight have to be on you. You have to be around a VIP in such a way that he cannot be at a disadvantage. Passing behind a vice president of a state, a sovereign state, there are many things that come to mind. Who knows? Maybe Liberia has gone on insurgency. Maybe it was a desire to overthrow because they don't know him. They don't trust him. Trust me, if the guy who are passing behind is somebody who the vice president know, is somebody who the entourage of the vice president know, they are familiar with, they will let him pass. Most of the time, you see, during our time when President Weah was the president, when Sekou Kalasco is passing with a camera, it means nothing to the state security, the EPS, and all the police officers, because they know the proximity, they know the level of familiar, condition that exists between the president and Sekou Kalasco. So when you are operating in a terrain, I'm not a security expert, but I've been around VIP and I serve some reasonable and appreciable level in government. So I've been places and I've studied people behavior and comportment in public. What happened yesterday is a displayment of the character in Gregory Como, not just Sam Collins, because Gregory should know very well that in this gathering, you don't give your phone. The state broadcasting entity was there. The Sierra Leone broadcasting entity was there. It will be shown on media anyway. If you want to create content, Mr. Gregory Como, why don't you wait until, you leave that because and then when you come home, you view it on television. Are you telling me the Sierra Leone media group was not there? Are you telling me you could not go with LBS? You have them accredited so that they will carry you live? Because for you to come in close proximity with a VIP as such, you must have security clearance. You must be searched. There must be no clear and present danger. The life of the VIP must not be seen as something at risk. But since in our country, we use the social media, we are reckless, we are loose, we can pass in from behind, on top, on VIP at any time. That is the same behavior we took to Sierra Leone. And so that security could not take chances. He could not gobble the life of the VIP. So you have to, jack out same, like a kid. Jacking out like a petty and common criminal. Hold him by his toes, held him from the back, his toes was almost dragging in a very aggressive manner. Because at the time they didn't trust him. So I thought that security acted proactively. That will call proactiveness instead of reactiveness. And I just regret the situation as a Liberian. I hope it's a learning curve. I hope Sam can go through some rehearsal in terms of VIP engagement and police etiquette in public. That would be okay for the police. That would be okay for Sam. That would be okay for Gregory Como himself. It was an embarrassment for us, and the police needs cleansing. The police needs to be rebalanced. The police ideas and engagement needs to be changed. Not to wear a lot of stuff on you, and you dress like BD pageant agent, and you go there, and you cannot even display the basic etiquette of a police officer. Is disgraceful. Is defacing. Is humiliating for the country and the state. So this is where I can stop initially, Mr. Prince Sharif.
Thank you so very kindly. We want to welcome our brother Trokon, who is with us, the president of the Supreme Motorcyclist Union of Liberia, commonly known as Yellow Machine. We want to say you are welcome, my brother Trokon Gray. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm okay. I don't know where you are getting me.
Yeah, you just have to,
Yeah, Chokon, we're getting you. We're getting you.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
getting you. You are loud and clear.
Okay. So I'm okay. I'm okay by the grace of God. I'm okay, and let me say good evening to Ocean Brother Randolph, everyone, friends, Mr. Teacher. I don't know how I pronounce your name well. Good evening to everyone that have been part of this unique opportunity that our people can hear from us, making sure that we make our own contribution individually. And so I say thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so very kindly. So we want to start and we want to hear your view just quickly while passing by to discuss the major issue on what happened in Sierra Leone when a senior police officer was jacked by his trousers and his brief for breaching protocol, was yanked by a police officer in Sierra Leone in presence of Sam Collins, where the phone of the Inspector General Gregory Como was given to him to go and do recording. Even though we saw people on the other side, they were situated at a particular location doing their recording. But we saw Sam Collins, as you can see here. Let me just play this clip right here. Here is Sam Collins. This
I saw
is
that. I
Sam
saw that.
Collins. Okay, fine. That's good. Sorry. What is your
I
own
saw that.
take
So,
on this particular behavior?
you know, in our Liberian parlance, they say charity begins at home, right? We have this little boy in a community where he's the rude, and everybody accepts him as a rude boy. You know, that is a nickname. You know, so you say, John, oh, yeah, rude begin. So that is the same thing. Say charity begins at home and ends abroad. I may not be educated, I may not have the PhD or the master, but there are certain things I know that I should not do. No matter, even a president will hug me, he embraces me, or any president for that matter, he gave me that opportunity. He calls me his son. There are certain things I should know that I should know my limit. But they didn't just stop here. Do you recall that on one occasion, President Boakai was in the church and Gregory Common walked in that chair where President Boakai was seated, and when he started greeting everybody, and he sat outside President Boakai? Do you remember that incident? I think it was
Yeah,
church.
I have the video. Yeah, I have the video right here. Maybe, in fact, let me see while we're talking. Yeah.
Not even the vice president have that authority to breach that protocol. Whether in church, whether at program, when the president is seated, nobody, I repeat, I have never seen anybody breach a protocol where the president is seated. You saw that with Gregory Como. In fact, Gregory Como entered the service. In fact, the service for some reason paused to accommodate Gregory Como. He arrived, he started greeting people and the rest of them. So, I mean, I don't think Gregory Como is subjected or probably is subject to any protocol when it comes to Mr. Boakai. For Gregory to be brave to breach a protocol that even the vice president cannot breach, they better walk in that check and greet everybody. So why should you be surprised for same calling? So same calling is only a victim, but for me, I'm not going to blame same calling. I think that go ahead or given to who believes that Sierra Leone is Liberia, wherein the president will be sitting and he will just walk in and open his arm and the things of people behind him recording him. And probably he thought that was Liberia. So that lawlessness started from here, where Mr. Boakai was seated and Gregory Como walked in and open his arms. So all I have to say in this regard, I consider Sam Colley as a victim, and Gregory Como is the one that will be held liable because Mr. Boakai allowed him to be lawless. Mr. Boakai was seated at a church and allowed Gregory Como to walk in and greet everybody and shake Boakai hand and sit and rest at Boakai. So in Liberia there. So I think Gregory Como in this regard should be held liable because Mr. Boakai allowed him to be lawless.
Thank you so much. My brother Jake, again, welcome. Let's hear from you on this issue.
Yes, salute to you, and always respect to the followers always. Because of you people, we are here, and you please help to share this video. It's very, very important. Sharing is free. Salute to everybody, and salute to Brother Chokon for coming, and the great roundup. The CEO is said, thank you for this show. Let me just bust over our brother Chokon just said. For me, I believe Gregor is untouchable in the country. Let me emphasize what the brother said. You like it or not. Gregor they know what they're doing. They get something on the president. Deep they something on the president. The first place they got said a long time ago, everybody did that video was play all around Liberia, media carry. No protocol in the war or president setting. President allowed to around on the even you can be minister, you're not into that hall. You can be whatsoever. You even close, you get close promiscuity near the president say you cannot enter. Even security apparatus, alone that president sit down. Nobody dare to come. Look at video around the world. We don't know your intention, how you come on the president. You can come and assassinate the president. We are seeing evil people around the world. The first place the president sort of sack. Even the advice around the president, other than that, when I tell you something, other than that, yeah, I don't know how they rule in the country. That particular move that Choco emphasized on, that the first place the president sort of sack Joseph Boakai sort of sack Greco Como. Right after that ceremony, go the president, even Greco Como is allowed to come to pass the EPS. He's a police director. He's a police director. You know, the United Party, they only concentrating on George Weah. Don't you have to concentrating on the George Weah and the CDC? That why they missing the mark? No. The whole dream is the ex-president. You cannot stop the ex-president from coming back. The man was he's a leading opposition leader. He relinquished power. How can you stop him from coming back? First of all, Prince, I will go outside of their boss a little bit. I told Liberian people, I went on, AB host me on Monday. I let the cat out of the bed. The thing I've been waiting for, I let her out of the bed. Let me tell you something here. Me and my man will come.
Before you go there, we just want you to just clear this out because we have so many.
Okay. First of all, let's know the reason of that meeting. Why the two joint countries, especially the police and other group of people in Seven, why they having that meeting? What the purpose of that particular meeting? We should know. We should know the purpose of that particular meeting. And in that kind of meeting, even they get some security meeting that presidents will be involved into. Presidents will be involved. They can do it behind closed door. Every door sealed because they're discussing probably some important thing concerning Liberia and Sierra Leone, our border crossing areas and other things there. So, as you already said, nothing will happen to Gregory Como. Nothing. But the Sierra Leone people just try to tell Gregory Como that what you can do in Liberia, it cannot happen on our side. You cannot do social media with security situation here. So Gregory Como now in the wrong. He's in the wrong. Even he direct that calling guy to do video because Gregory Como noticed for Facebook things and other things. But the man calling said, cannot think. It's a wrong signal. That video go also as a wrong signal to the international community, to partners in West Africa, and to the Sierra Leone people. They won't value our police director. No. So it's a wrong step.
Thank you so much. My people, I want to just have my take by saying this. The people get a parable they can say. If the horse now sell you, the street will not buy you. And I want to just flow with what all the panelists are saying. Sam Collins is a victim of the circumstances. This is what happens when you take professional person and put them in an unprofessional environment. Now what can happen? It's almost like you take a child who you have trained for a very long time and take that child and carry him in an environment that is polluted. There are no law and order. One way or the other, that child behavior will be somehow, some way influenced by what is happening in that environment. Unless God comes to his rescue. But he will be affected one way or the other by what is happening in that particular environment. And this is what's happening with our brother Sam Collins. Sam Collins, a professional man that worked for a professional institution. Remember that he served as a PR for the military. one of the most disciplined institutions in the world, the military. Very disciplined institution. The number one most disciplined institution in the world. He served in that particular capacity. Under the regime of His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah. He also served in the police under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So you can't tell me that Sam Collins do not know the etiquette when it comes to diplomacy. Nobody will tell me it for me to believe it. Sam Collins is aware that those environments are different environments. But unfortunately, fellow Liberians, you can see that God is exposing this government when it comes to recklessness and disrespect for the rule of law. Okay, thank you. When it comes to the disrespect for the rule of law, these people do not respect law, order. They respect it. They respect it. Gregory Common feels that that is just a normal environment. The boy is so, I don't know, he is addicted to Facebook till he wants to join the content creator then. I told you, I said, Gary Common and content creator, they get like they 1 and 2. That boy making money. If Facebook were open here in America, that boy making small money on Facebook. So that when you see him, he is so addicted to the extent where he going, you see him walking, just to say, he finished setting down on Fiakoko. He walking like that, just like that Christian. In fact, when you look at his shades, you will know that shades that I will show it to you. You will not even believe it. We'll go here along, I will show it to you. The shades that were on our bald face, when you see that shade, you will know that this shades here, you look at it very carefully. Those of you who can wear eyeglass and other things. You look at that eyeglass there, you will get to know, say, no, this here, there's something going on here. You look at that thing for long, you will know there's something going on. So you take that same disrespectful behavior, that same behavior that he feels that he is a law and gospel in Liberia, he take and carry it to Freetown. He take and carry it to Freetown. That the Freetown man who he trust. So you know, you see, look at that kind of thing. Look at that kind of thing, my people. You see that? A professional Sam Collins was disgraced because of Gregory Common attitude. So the man, who in my trust, especially if Freetown men say, boy, they grab him, man, say, whose side you to go? Whose side you to go? Bring your back on the side. The thing what we not do in Liberia, not be able to do in a particular Sierra Leone here. We not do it here. Anytime they grab him by trust and he breathe and they hold him back. Say, Baba, bring your basa here. Whose side they go? Who's come disrespectful behavior? You don't know that the vice president that come up on the other side. You see the kind of disgrace? This is just to tell you that look, Liberia in itself is having a problem with the rule of law. This reflects Liberia. Definitely. Just a minute, please, my people. It reflects Liberia. This is a reflection on Liberia and not just how you call Sam Collins or Gregory Common. This tells us that the people in the world are saying that here, Liberia, we are a country where we can't even respect law and order. The government are there, they ain't get time. My people, this is a disgrace to us as a nation for one of the most disciplined institutions, Liberia National Police. You know, the security apparatus is a different terrain and different environment. By the grace of God, some of us here in the people big country will work in different areas. And we work in the security sector here. We know what we're talking about. When you in that particular terrain, it's completely different. It's a different terrain. So you know, so other people can go on set. So some of all you see us you speak to will not even answer. Yeah, will not know you. In fact, you will not even record that order the first day. When we really in Zobono and other thing we say that somewhere that you can't open, we not know you, you not know you call your way, hello, yeah. The naked way you will see, because it's a different terrain altogether. The way you will see all when we're there walking, this, that, when we reach to that place, it's a completely different environment. The protocol change, the way of talking change, the way you even look at things, it's completely different. For my people, this is the kind of Liberia that we have. But again, somebody say we fall down inside. And we fall down inside. That we fall down inside. I want to start from Honorable Dobayu. Honorable Dobayu, the House of Senate that is clothed with the responsibility of, confirming officials from the arm of the executive, had a confirmation hearing of one of our sisters, Fatima Binti Salim. And at that particular confirmation, she was sworn in, taking the oath of office. I promise to say the truth, nothing but the truth, blah, 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 so help me God and stuff like that. And when it came to her academic credential, because it's important, when she was quizzed, Fatima Binti Salif lied on her oath to the people of Liberia, because those that are seated there, they are representative of the people of Liberia. She lied to the people of Liberia that she had a degree in urban planning, etc., etc. Only for us to do a vigorous research to find out that the information that she provided was false, was misleading, and has no iota of truth. She was deferred to another day. She came back. Lo and behold, even though she went as far as Facebook when that first incident happened, defending herself, but not bad, she was defending herself around. But she came back, offered an apology, and was given the job. And after that, this woman went on air immediately after the confirmation. She went on radio, she went on social media where everybody listening to her and start to ring insult at some of her critics, at people who criticize her move, people who criticize what she did. And we have the video here. We play the video while you are deliberating on this issue. Honorable W, we want to hear from you. What is going on here? What is happening? Let's hear from you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I think unmute yourself, sir. You can unmute yourself. I'm sorry. I put it on mute, so you can unmute yourself. Yeah, you can unmute yourself, please. Okay, so while he is, because he's in a location where we gotta be doing different things. So while we wait for him to unmute himself, let's hear from our brother Chokon. Chokon, let's hear from you on this issue. You've been following what is happening there. Okay. So let's hear from you, my brother Chokon, on this issue.
Yeah, can you bring me up the speed? I will follow your calling run off and I will follow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are talking about the issue of Fatima Binti Salif, where Fatima Binti Salif, went to the place, lied on her oath, came back, said she's sorry, but even the same day she said, she gave that fake and false information. She even went on Facebook trying to justify it that she was right, only for us to know that she come by and say, well, my people, I'm sorry, I lie on her oath. And immediately after that particular confirmation hearing, she went again on another social media spree to start insulting people while she was on live. Let me play the video here. Let me play the video where she was insulting people while they were having a celebration. I want us to listen. These are people that say the word moral come from this great country, America. I won't try to waste our very long for you to listen to the insult that she was bringing on top of it. What's your name? Mariah? So let's listen. You see the kind of immoral behavior? Opening the shower yeah, here's the minister.
I never went to law school and slapped a professor for grade. Joseph Waka Usadora. Joseph Waka Usadora. Welcome by Kumba Free Asia.
Brother
Prince.
Obey, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, Prince.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I was
Okay.
out,
Okay,
man.
Honorable Dobayu, you are back. Yes, sir. You are back, Honorable Dobayu. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, let's
sorry.
hear from you.
I want to tell you to cut that thing. It sounds very offensive. You know, we have different audiences. Some are young, you know, and you know we didn't have to go that length to prove. They get she's rude, she's incompetent, and she lacks all of the moral. So you know what I mean. It sounds so offensive. She doesn't possess a nano character of somebody who should be a minister, deputy minister for urban affairs. That is a technical position. It's a technical position. But let me give my opinion on the Senate. I guess we own her confirmation, right? We own her confirmation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chokon and Jake, my dear brother, right? Jake, thanks, man. I haven't seen you since last week. I'm glad you're on the show today. Chokon, my man. Chokon, try to make this regular. Chokon, after
All
the show,
right.
hit me up. Yeah, we'll get your number. We'll put you in the chat room. You got very strong analysis, man. Because you need to be very regular on the show because I know what you're saying for. You will be representing the voiceless, the motorcyclist, you know, the people way down there. So we need you regularly on the show. Prince or me will are you in the chat room so you be following the topic every day to be a part Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We really appreciate that. Jake has been doing
All right.
extremely well. Yeah, Jake has been doing extremely well. I know what it means to be in Europe and be making your time available, Jake. Your services to us as a country, to us as a party, to us as a platform is invaluable. We can pay you back, and has out to all of our panelists who will come later and who are not here today. But on the issue about this game, let me say this, right? You know, people, like I told you about Eugene Falcon, there are certain people who they don't have the capability to govern themselves in 24-hour period. These people in America, we call them client, or we call them people with intellectual disability, or some of them have what we call autism, and they are half functioning autistic patient. But because they feel like you go to school, you can drive car. Who told you people in America they can drive car, they get college degree, but they got doctors that you can see every now and then to take pills. Such is this character. But my disappointment is not in this guy. My disappointment is in a group of people termed as Senate. The Senate should be the elders of the learned. The Senate should be men of wisdom. This guy honor our law. There's something called perjury. Perjury honor the law. The reason why we can take oath, that oath that affirm what we are about to say. What I say is nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me God. That oath is a solemn commitment to you, your conscience, God, and the country. That whatever I'm about to say, when I lie, it means that I do not deserve to serve this role. It means I am not honorable. It means I do not possess the minimum moral character to be called an honorable person, because the office I'm about to serve is an honorable office. Mind you, what makes people to call us honorable, Jake, is not because we're born honorable, but we occupy an honorable space. So honorable behavior is expected of us. In this context, given this simple, elementary reasoning, if you go for a job interview, you say, Chokon Gray, I graduated from Bassa Community High School. I leave Bassa Community. I started riding motorbus in 2012. And so Jake is my witness. Prince Sherry is my witness. Ronald Dubai is my witness. They were all there when I went to a motor riding school on Capital Bypass, and I was a deuce of my class. Because the job you're about to do is about motor riding. But those you give as reference, the school you give as reference, will go find out. I said, no. Yeah. I said, no. This person have not attended the school. This person attended the school, but this is not the course they did. This is the course they did. In fact, they made the person average is C when the person told you the average was A. That alone is a ground for ultimate failure dismissal to tell the person that they are not qualified and competent. Because if you can lie on your credential, what will you do with city ordinance? Because all of the mayors in our country, they are under you. All of those who deal with municipal waste and everything, all those engineers and city planners, you work in collaboration with Ministry of Internal Affairs. I mean, Internal Affairs work in line with Public Works, with EPA, with Land Authority, and the municipal government and the Vera Township. You work with them to initiate modernization of the cities. So if you will be interacting with partners, international partners and donors, indigenous people, students, and diplomats, and you can come and lie on visiting your credential, what else can you not lie on? My disappointment is in a Senate, and this time around, I will name and shame our senators. I'm disappointed in the citizen senators who sit over there and they cannot open up and do what DeLone did in the past. Who is DeLone? DeLone stood in that time. He defied our government when we had a citizen-led government where we presided over the Senate or the House of Representatives in the executive mansion. People like DeLone who have no moral stood or they used the intuitive rational approach, just created sin. The less Zolizo was denied his position. Who knows? Who knows? Probably Zolizo have held that position. Maybe he would have obtained money from the salary and started treating himself from the disease that killed him. Who knows? Who knows? Because Zolizo did not get that position, it drained him up to this time. He's a dead body. Let's leave that. At the RIA, Darlington County, the same scenario and circumstances. He did not even lie. It's just that he didn't have the credential. But he was denied because he did not have the credential. So the list goes on and on and on and on. In this context, how difficult it is for our senators to stand up and make sure that this girl is denied. Because I don't expect Joseph Boakai and the rescue mission to do that because they come with no moral. To them, lies, deceit, these are elements that shield them. This is their CPR, their cardiopulmonary resuscitation tubes. Now what they can use to lie and survive and resuscitate themselves. That is why they depend on the basic survival. So doing it is not a news for me. What is a news for our senators to sit over there without lobbying, without creating a scene, non-compliance for that girl who comes on radio and insult people who display gross incompetence and ineptitude. In the end, she comes back and apologizes. So now apology is a substitute for crime in that country. So let's just go to the prison, South Beach. Those that have raped, they come out and say, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry, I will not rape again. You know, I lie about the rape, I will not rape again. Those people who are bloggerizing, Chokon, those people who are thieves, the mention should just come out and say sorry. Sorry now is a substitute, is a remedy for lies, for deception, for dishonesty, for crime in our country. That is the society we have on Joseph Boakai, my brother Jake. This is disappointing, Jake. I see you looking is extremely disappointing. Our state is overheating and a redemptive water is needed. A redemptive water is needed to cut out the fire. The state is burning, is overheating. It's drowning in immorality. The state is submerging in our glaring sight. This is happening. So a new precedent now has been set. But trust me, that was only for that girl because this is Joseph Boakai Dodo. Somebody else goes over there who does not have relationship with the regime, they will deny you. I just give you an example. So where were our senators? Now this is the question I ask. Where are those CDC senators? Where are those independent senators? Where are they? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother Chokon. Brother Chokon, what is your take on this particular issue? You saw the video. You've been following these people. What is your take, sir?
Again, I want to say thanks to everyone. My own opinion in regards to Bintu, Salib or Masale, whatever she calls herself. For me, I'm not surprised. Look, there is a country that, you know, there are some certain things that is happening in our country, and many people are now observing this. And a typical Liberian man most often will prefer expressing themselves. You know, we are this kind of generous people when we have issue with each other, we say from our hearts. And even if we don't have the opportunity, we are not that kind of group of people wherein that we want to pay, we want to pay your debt. No, we are not that kind of people. I mean, when something happens, even if you offend a typical Liberian man, when you have the opportunity to express yourself, that's okay. But when you allow him to keep that pain in your heart, in your mind, and live with that pain, it is dangerous. If you hear like 14 years of civil war in this country, it was not because we had too many ammunition or people were trained enough to sustain a war for 14 years of civil war. All we're doing here is malice, paying debt, destruction of property. This.
Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. You
Hello?
froze. Yeah. You froze for a while.
Yeah,
And then,
somebody attempted calling me. Yeah.
yeah,
So
go ahead.
I said this to me that we have a Senate. In fact, the legislature as a whole, let me not just put the Senate. The legislature as a whole are living in fear. Under no normal circumstance that girl will be confirmed. Even under the CDC government, that girl will never ever be confirmed. Do you really think President Weah never have the authority or the influence to influence those senators to confirm Zolizo? No, he had that influence to do it. But guess what? He's a man who believes in the rule of law and believes that everybody should carry their own bundle. Unless Boakai have managed to instill fear, not just in the ordinary people, but in the legislature. Mr. Sheriff, you were right here, you went this on camera when police were brutalizing a city lawmaker. I've not reached 40 years, right? I'm less than 40 years. But for the first time since my existence, for me to see a city lawmaker being beaten by an ordinary police officer, that happens on Joseph Boakai. So guess what? What's the message that sent? It sent a message that if we can beat a city lawmaker, meaning we can do anything. And I think from that aspect, that is the reason why many of these lawmakers are living in fear. Many of them are living in fear, right? So I don't want to. Yes, I'm disappointed in them, but again, there's a lawless state. Mr. Sheriff and Mr. Raymond, if you find yourself in the shoe of these lawmakers, wherein one of your colleagues that have the authority to impinge the president is beating on camera, and he managed to get few of your same colleagues that should be protecting you, join him, so you can be brutalized. Put this in your shoes. So, what more have these people not done? What more have they not done? These people grab the number one opposition party in the country, destroy the party headquarters. You're talking about Bindu Sadi. That's the least you can ever think about. That is the least. The former president of the Republic of Liberia, the most popular citizen in the world, His Excellency Dr. George Manawiya, and deny him an airport that he built for his heart, and say Liberia have a different face. They deny him. So these are tactics and techniques these guys are deploying. So even if they free from Saw Beach today as a Baba winner, if the people could free what do you call the woman? The former associate justice.
Yeah, Gloria Mususkat.
Gloria Mususkat. But it go free Gloria Mususkat. You're talking about confirming Ben Ano Betu Sally or whatever. So that's the least. So what they did, they raised a bar on her. Let's do terrible things that will not easily be accepted. And then we can start coming down, and then everything we want, we can all do it. I think that is a strategy deployed by these people. And so I'm not disappointed to admit, in the Boakai government, but with all of this intimidation, I still think that the lawmakers should stand their ground, even if you will be the only senator that will disagree. Let it be known that, for example, that you senator, they disagree with they get confirmation, and then the record carry, because that's why people like Jelon and Jet, now that they are educated, Jelon is a half educated man. But guess what? He conned the entire country and made people to believe that, he's smart. And that is the reason why I can never disagree with the report that says, in conclusion, with the report that says, Liberians comes second when it comes to low IQ. In other words, all the stupid countries in the world, we are the second. We the vice president for the stupid people in the world. There is the only country I seen where in the most educated country vote for a third grade student, where you have people living here with PhD, master's degree, but they voted a third grade man to prove that our IQ is very low and to prove our place in the world as the vice president for the most stupid people in the world. That is how I'm going to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My brother Wilma, let's hear from you on this particular issue, sir.
Yeah,
You can
man.
bring in what you
Yeah,
want to bring. I know you're
yeah.
trying to connect the Sierra Leone with what you said, so you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
they finish elaborating on majority of the thing concerning a particular female, Madam Bintu Sally whatsoever. Prince, it's not surprising to anybody here. The lesson the first branch of government, finish urinating the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. It dead already. So nothing can come up from that legislature to their house. It's dead. Seriously dead. They bury it. All those that have integrity in the House of Representatives in the Senate. I'm not no total horror and far. They must be the shame of themselves. They bury that particular first branch of government. The people that made law and main law that we are Baba. They urinated in the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, not because of that woman confirmation hearing. The burning of the Capitol building was an inside job at the opposition bloc. Nothing else. You like it or not. All those are impraising. They just impraising because that wish hunt. They just wish hunting this guy. But they know the inside story of that legislature. Samuel Coker then was the ringleader. And today, the party went out with the opposition. They destroyed that particular house. The house is dead. So that confirmation hearing, I knew it would not happen. It would not happen. But what Chokon said is very important. All those have voted for that particular girl. The girl Allah on no part of the war. These are the kind of video I like to take to the international community. These are the kind of video I like to take it to the European Union. Seriously, it'll burn my heart. If you see the people conducting work in the Western world, they'll bring your past story outside and deny you. They'll bring story that 10 years ago, you're not even waiting to become senator. They will put it on you. They will deny you. Why the credibility and what the integrity? All of them disgracing that say in that particular. So what Chokan said, all those have voted to confirm that particular woman. Let we have that name. Let we have that name in that district or that country they come from. Then we real publicity. Then we have that name, flag that name all over. At 2029, they cannot go back to that kind of people to vote them back. How the people do in the West here. That how the people do all around the world, especially America and other places, the people that we copying, It's a shame on the legislature. That why they have their own regime speaker. The son garden the one that can baffle me, they're not appointed, they are elected. They're like Joseph Boakai. You don't move them from power. They can impeach the president of the Republic of Liberia. The president scale of the legislature or the parliament all around the world, the president not dare to go near them because they are the first branch of people. They can impeach the president. Then these so-called guys that we know, they just sit down there, they get a lot on their own. Even now rejoice, why she rejoicing, insulting. You know what they can do to her? Let them read the clause of the Constitution. They can recall her. She's a very respectful woman. Even all that bunch of girls in our being her celebrating, insulting another Kuma girl, whatsoever. The Prince, only proving that they just came from the West, they just want money because they cannot maintain a job in the West. All these things cannot play. So they play on the vulnerable, they play on the gullible society to come from the West. All that rejoicement about what kind of work she would do? That just to get salary. Just get salary allowances and other things to pay la mortgage then back home. That all they came to Liberia for. If you check that girl profile, whatsoever she come from, she was just doing the same normal job. All the girls doing in America, everybody doing all around the world. She never worked no strategic error. She thought you lie on her own. You know, even sort of come back. Jokon said the president for lying on her own, the president sort of retract your confirmation. The president, when he came back home, the president said no. To not damage my country, my reputation, I will join your position. Probably I will send you somewhere where there's no confirmation hearing. I will put you somewhere where there's no confirmation hearing. That's a right thing for the president to do. But Prince, the president already urinated on the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia from the initial stage. When he got into power, he swore an oath to the nation. They finish disgracing the rule of law, everything. So our constitution is dead. Prince, we shouldn't talk about it's dead or not. It's dead long time. Waka disgrace the constitution of the Republic of Liberia. Even the Supreme Court, he went all over there, urinated all on there, bringing up the Capitol building. So that confirmation is just there because they get looking for money. But if they follow us in the district people, those the senators that represent these people are confirmed, the records are there. Let's find that name, we start flagging that name. That by 2029, they cannot get a chance to go back to that district or to go to that constituent, then they ask for put me back in power. It's a disgrace. I'm gonna bring Zori's whole story here because may his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. But nothing get expect from the legislature that why they have their own regime speaker that everything will come, every bill will pass. That why you see the on Kofa that thing will not happen. On Kofa that why on Kofa you think they'll bring 1.2 billion out of budget? That's that audio budget. They will never bring that kind of because it's not a sound budget. Where they taking the money from? Now the question I ask, where they get that money from? Where they get that money from? So Prince
You know, my people. Let me see. Okay. Sorry. You know, my people, when you are an elected official, the oath of office that you take or that swearing in, or when you are nominated, you go there, you're nominated to head a position here, they want for you to be here as, you know, a kind of minister of this or minister of that. That oath that you go to take is not just an ordinary oath. It's not just an ordinary oath. You are swearing not only to a paper, but you are swearing to the people that you are about to serve, that you will be truthful to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you enter that place, you are no longer in a place like, you know, common area. You are before the Liberian people. You are before 5.4 or 5. Whatever million people. Because those people that you see in the house, they are representing us as the Liberian people. So when you take that oath of office, it's also an evaluation of your mental state. How you will be able to serve the people. When you take that oath of office, it is also, fellow Liberian, that you swear. You say, I will be truthful before God, before men. In other words, you are telling the people, even in the secret place, I will respect this particular constitution because God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. In the public, I will respect this particular, how you call, a constitution. And then when the people finish saying what they're supposed to say, you say, so help me God. Thank God that this is somebody who is from the US, right? She is from the US. So to some extent, we can say we can bring the standard of the US in this particular discussion. For God in heaven's sake, you think that girl, the nonsense that she did, but lying before the Liberian people and going on Facebook, they seeing there to defend herself. Then after going to Joseph Newman, but I come by and say she lied. You think she will try that nonsense here in the US? Will she not be persecuted? Now, when you look at the Constitution, anybody who lie before the Constitution, taking oath, when you lie, you can be impeached in the country here called America. They can impeach you or they can remove you from office. There are also criminal and civil penalty that is attached with it. Criminal and civil penalty. So beyond impeachment, what even without taking you from in office or taking you in office, they can also persecute you. It's criminal. A civil penalty right there. What Bintu did is not only an offense to these lawmakers, but it's an offense to us, the Liberian people. It's criminal in nature. I always say this: under no circumstances and condition I will go and lie. Even if nobody is around, I attended the school that I attend, I will go and lie and tell people that I graduated from the African Methodist Episcopal University with a DSC or with whatever something. I will never do that. I will never do that. Now, by so doing, that alone is plagiarism. It's a crime. That alone is a crime. If I go and lie to people, that alone is a crime. Yes, I will tell somebody, say I have an associate degree in education. Yes, I attended the university at the level of, a senior before I could even travel. I did not graduate. I will say all the other things I'm supposed to say. But I will not lie to the people and say I got this degree. But so do it means that alone is a crime by itself. You have committed a crime. You have lost the public trust. When you enter down there, you enter there so that you can gain the public trust. That's why you are swearing. And you put your hand up. I swear to respect. I swear to obey. I swear to do this. You want the public trust. That's why you are swearing for. Why you think people swear? It's so that they can be able to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that they are trustworthy of your respect or of your trust. So what Binti did was she lost the trust of the public. That's what happened. Because she lied to the Liberian people. She lost the trust of the public. Every other thing that is supposed to make her to be a good person, she lost it right there. And by that particular act, she can even be disqualified for future position by what she did. If it was here in America, she would be disqualified for what she did. But fellow Liberian, that's what we have. We have our
But
director.
Prince, and I'm cutting you off. Prince,
we're going to put him on. Yeah.
And I'm cutting you off. You see that Facebook page, that Facebook story she just made, causing another girl. Let me tell you something. You know the legislature can recall her quick, and they get stop.
Yeah. So just hold on there.
Okay.
Let's just bring this caller that is on the line with us. Yeah. Hello, caller. Your name and where you've joined us from. Welcome.
Yeah, Prince, thank you so much. My name is Emmanuel. Here, I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Okay, so brother Emmanuel, just hold the line. We have one other person that is here with us. So once he make his point, and then we bring you in. Yeah, Chris, welcome.
Okay,
Christopher.
so yeah, Honorable Sherry, yes, that's my point, right? I know we got to probably we got to spin this thing whatever way we want to spin it, but at the same time, I really want to blame our lawmakers at that time, during the time that the late Zonizo went for his confirmation hearing. That should have been a friendly territory. That should have been a very easy confirmation. Now, let's fast forward to Bintu, right? You have her father is the president. Let me just pretend for a minute. Her father is the president. They got the speaker. They got the House of Representatives. They have the Senate, the pro tempore, everybody. Then when the girl, She went in the friendly territory for a confirmation hearing. You and I want
friendly territory.
to do what is right morally. But sometimes in that psychology, when morality doesn't serve your interest, you don't follow morality. When it serves your interest, you follow it. We'll talk about interest. Politicians come outside, they pretend when they see that they should be or they should follow morality or there's some moral issue, your politician comes outside and they pretend they side with the people. But beyond closed door, when their interest is at stake, they do something different. And that's politics. And that's how it works. So many Liberians are very upset here, and people are angry and say, "Oh, they get it," but we forget that they get have the executive, they get have the House of Representatives, the Speaker, they get have the Senate.
Actually, have the Senate.
She walked into a friendly or territory. The first time they screwed up, and they told her what to say, and she came back, they corrected it, and they gave her a free ride. We could have done the same thing yesterday.
No, you couldn't do the same thing yesterday.
When Donald Trump sent somebody up there and they are not qualified, Donald Trump will say, "I need this person confirmed." And they will do everything to confirm.
No. You're lying. You're lying. They can deny them. When I created toys that.
So I hope in the future, because we are learning. We are in the willingness. We are waiting. We are government in waiting. We are learning. These guys are teaching us something new. They're teaching us how better politics works. And I hope in the future, 2029, when we come back to power, I know we will do something different. I know yesterday we were nice. Yesterday we were friendly. Yesterday we wanted the right thing to be done morally. But I think 2029, if God bless us, I think we will tread on a different path.
Thank you.
And let's keep our eyes on one thing before I leave. Jake always talk about these guys can rig any election, they can change any law. My man, the boys in their corner. The only thing this guy is afraid of is protest. And I know when that time comes, President, we'll have to protest. I know when that time reaches, when we're getting closer, and these guys are trying to steal the election, to rig things, to change the laws, to change the constitution, to amend it in their favor, like the people, like whatever they in Ivory Coast. I know the citizen will rise up. I know the people will stand up. They will fight against it. And that's the thing we got on our side is the people. The people. I want to say thank you for the show, but I don't want you to dwell too much on. It's a friendly territory.
Thank you.
Darrell Dillon forced away, and he's sitting down there, and you think that they will bring credit. I mean, come on, y'all, maybe we can discuss it, but I think it's better to move on.
Thank you.
Give it to something different.
Thank you so much. Let's move to our brother Emmanuel. My brother Emmanuel, welcome. Let's hear from you, sir.
Prince, thank you so much. I listened to our brother saying that this guy went in a friendly territory. I remember that Liberia is a constitutional country.
Thank you.
Laws.
Thank you.
So if even you go in a territory that is favorable, the law does not say that when you go in a territory that is favorable, you should do things that is not according with the law. This guy has gone against the constitution of our country, the law of our country. She lied on her oath. She shouldn't have gotten this job. But what really hurting my feeling right now, Prince, is our senator. Those senators sitting there saying that they are not going to vote. They abstain from the process. You know what you're trying to say? Yeah, go ahead. Your confirmation. Because when you do, you not take part, it means you are allowing her to go through. So this thing is painful. The director Darlington, when President William appointed Darlington from Philadelphia to go to the airport as managing director, They deny him because of his qualification. They did Zolizo. When Zolizo was nominated by President Weah, the others deny him because he made a statement on Facebook. This kid made a statement in the that warrant for her to go to jail because she lied on the oath. So what are we here saying? A friendly environment. What do you call friendly environment? There's nothing a friendly environment when it comes to this. I'm saying our senators are not working in our interest. If they continue this, 2029 going to be so difficult for us. They are not fighting on behalf of CDC. They are fighting interests. We cannot get oppositions. Since this get confirmation standards came out, none of them are taking Facebook page to even condemn it. None of them. Besides those of us that outside that saying one or two things on Facebook, those that's responsible for confirmation, none of them making any comment on Facebook for people to say, yes, our senators are speaking. So what are we here for?
Thank you.
So, Princess, I'm so downhearted. I don't even know where to even put our senator today for this get confirmation. I'm so painful. I mean, crying a lot.
Thank you so much.
My whole feeling.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so much. So, fellow Liberian, to just close on this, where we've seen it. She went on not only stopping there by lying, but even went on insulting other people. Now, these are the ministers. Now, are you surprised? For some
So
of
let
us,
me
we're not surprised.
let me just say something, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you hear the girl saying Kuma, she was nobody name is Kuma Jig. I just want to let you know. Kuma is when you the minister you hear her later when she got confirmed, she was saying Kuma, where Kuma is. She was not asking for a physical Kuma in va, meaning somebody would be here. So the Moriah Yakula, she tried to insult, she said, what a be here? Where's the be here? You got it? So as and yeah, Kuma is just in va like be here, right? Like big head.
No, I thought she was showing Java, somebody that came after during the first confirmation.
So she was talking to yeah, I didn't have sense to pass law school. You know, Moriah Yakula is a lawyer. Moriah Yakula
yeah.
Yeah, so that Moriah she's talking to, you know, initially she was saying Moriah get big head. So that Moriah she's insulting after being confirmed, a confirmation that she doesn't deserve, right? Now let me just say this in conclusion on this topic. I disagree with the opinion that, you know, is a friendly territory.
Yeah.
And, you know, so we are with the politician of governance. That's not governance. We cannot change our rules because of people who don't understand governance. We cannot change our rule because you got somebody who can steal and you be behaving steal. They are not teaching us governance. They are disclosing who they are. That's who they are, cracking to their blood. A woman was born woman, a man was born man. When you want to change your name, it become transgender. That's who they are. Is in a DNA, lies, deception. We can't be like them. That is the liberalism. Our party was founded on the tenets of liberal democracy, grassrootism to give power to the people, not on lies, deception, and turning the constitution upside down. So, like Chokon said, Joshua had all the influence, but he allowed the law to take its course. We are a party of law. That's who we are. We do not lie. We do not honor perjury and deception and dishonesty. We can change it because of them. We will do what is better for the Liberian people.
Thank you so much, fellow Liberians. I want us to just go to our next point of discussion, and this is very important because what we are getting from Liberia is troubling, it's worrisome. Even though I know, anyway, I look at it from another standpoint, that I think what Dara DeLong is doing is trying to buy the sentiment of the Liberian people. He is noted for doing that, very, very noted for doing that. When he lie, he come back and say something. But there are some things that he said in his, deliberation that again we cannot easily overlook. And I want to play this, and I will ask our panelists what do they make of some of the allegations that he's making in this. But Liberians, I want us to listen to this very, very keenly. I want you to please listen to this particular video because it speaks volume of where we are as a people, as a nation, where our country is. When we tell you that we are retrogressing, some of you don't believe it. Somebody say when the crab comes from under the water and tells you, oh, man, the crayfish, he hurting you. Then I don't know. But let's listen to this.
On the 54th Senate, I was from the opposition. On the 54th Senate, I was from the opposition. And I was allowed to be critical. And I was critical on the issues. I stood on this floor almost every session to fight the government to remove Wabodigi from government. I was not anti-Nigerians. I was not anti-foreigners. I was standing on the principle of the law that people who do not meet certain bare minimum legal requirement or qualification cannot occupy government offices. In fact, I was jovially referred to as Wabodigi. By the time I raised my hand here, the whole Senate would laugh, Wabodigi. But I told them, distinguished colleagues, I was in opposition in the 54th when CDC led the Senate. But we pushed in line with our oversight. For Zorizo, peace be to the artist, to be denied Senate confirmation. No, I want to. The person who can be serious, I want to don't take us seriously. Honestly. Yeah, please. But I told them, distinguished colleagues, Toga Nimlet was named designated chair to head LERC, the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission. He was CDCN. Under a CDC gavel, we led the Senate to reject it. But I brought them, Darlington Kale was nominated by President Weah, a CDCN, under a CDC gavel. Our Senator Dillon, we led that man rejection in the Senate. We were opposition. But I told them, distinguished colleagues, for 3 years, I did not vote for the budget on the record because I was demanding domestic debt list. Once they are here, never did we hear that we were anti-coup people because Samuel Tue and John we are the coup people. Where is nonsense coming from? Please, Manapote, distinguished colleagues, where is nonsense left thing coming from? That when you speak on governance issue, oversight, then you are supposed to be anti-NIMA. My left is threatened, my left is at risk. Because the people who speaking, I know them. Man, I brought them. Man, I brought them. Man, I brought them. The Minister of Public Works must be brought before the Senate the Minister of Labor, I want to make the case. If it makes sense, okay. If it doesn't, fine, I can live with it. The Minister of Labor did not go to his house to make a wild allegation to the effect that he was nominated by President Joseph Nima Boakai to be Minister of Justice. And I asked him about what from Riverside or Sano or Grandview. He is from Nima. Senator Taylor, I could be lying down one day. I know those people that are talking. During the war, when war started for Nima, everywhere a Nima man who had gone enter, he said about Boa because he expected everybody to be from Nima. I know them.
Sherry,
I want us
but
to stop this right here.
Yes, start the topic. I mean, I won't come here first. I'm begging you. I won't come here first. I won't come. This balling me.
No, but when
Follow
you ball,
us.
you get to take that.
No. Follow
Drink
us.
water.
No, I get water. Let me drink water. Follow us. You have to share this video. Your man follow this. I will go there. You see, they fighting for the political career now. He takes power. He no power sliding away from him. 2029. I challenge Delon. He can never win Monserrado County. I put in the bet foul. First of all, the fee in Monserrado County. I think you will run to Basso, but you not do nothing there. They will chase in Basso. He will run to Basso. That trade where today our former guy from CDC went to Foya. Thomas Fala, because he couldn't see a way in District 5. He got to run away to Foya. He will not work with the Liberian people. He will stay in Monserrado County to run because the fee will be full. He can join the Liberian people now. This is a liar. That what they don't let they bury the Liberty Party with that Nyomli Kanga sitting in that particular pro temple seat. They bury the Liberty Party today. The party, nobody know the president of the party until even CMC, Liberty Party now take the whole country over them, because the Liberty Party was a grassroots party. But because of the degree of these people, the anxiousness of them, they destroy Bronskin, child water Bronskin legacy. May so he rolling in that grave town that they may so rest in peace. You rolling. He make the people party one of the fourth party in the report, fifth party in the Republic of Liberia because of the singers. Now he coming here now to cajole. He talking about left threatening. When you're left threatening, you lie. You're left hand threatening. I can still recall vividly when Lieutenant Johnson was living in the legislature. Every time when the man go to session, you will come in front of him to tell him you will bring a war crime code. You will bring a war crime code. That was your teasing story. You were throwing jabs at as a former senator. Why they never kill you? He was a powerful man in Nima County at that time. Why Nibali never came after you when he told you were dragged to the war crime code? When he told you that you were dragged to the war crime code months and months, years and years. Why did Nibali never came after you? Your political wretches is lazy and weak because you see your shadow following you now. You lie to the Liberian people. I said 2029, all of y'all be buried. All of y'all be dead and gone. That's dead politically. You'll be dead and gone at that time. Nobody will value your lie too much until the lie gets to you. So now you're trying to rebrand yourself. You're trying to rebrand yourself to let the country all again like they don't know doing something. Who are you people? You lie. You're the same God that you say you will take soon the president. Everything, because you have hatred in your DNA. You're a Henry Costa there. Hatred in your DNA. Anytime the president thought something, you go against it. You were all in the corridor of the legislature there, the capital building, spraying lies and propaganda. Even when you know anybody threatening your life, no anybody threatening you, it's a lie, Prince. It's a big lie. He playing on the Liberian people because they believe our society is a gullible society. He fighting for a political career because he's seen that the United Party failing. Who confirmed the particular party man? They're not part of the confirmation hearing. What interpreted? They don't got to tell people yet. What interpreted? What interpreted? They don't got to tell people they lying. Nobody setting that left. He cajole his political career slipping away. He's trying to play on the Liberian people. The land is dim long time. That land is off. So we watch to all the lies now. He
Thank you
can
so
never
much.
turn it
Let's
around.
hear from Randa. Randa, let's hear from you, Honorable Duwayu. On this particular issue, you're listening to Darius DeLong making wacky allegation that, you know, the Minister of Labor, the spokesperson, went on a radio station in Nimba County and threatening him and etc. Let's hear from you, sir. What is your take on this? I'm sorry, you are muted.
Let me be the last on this one. I will come in
Okay,
later on.
all
Let
right.
Chokon
Okay.
go. Let
Yeah.
Chokon go.
Okay. Yeah, Chokon, let's hear from you, sir. Okay, I think yeah. Let's hear from you, Chokon.
Yeah, am I clear now?
Yeah, very clear.
Yeah, so my own take to the long statement in regards to track. I believe in elaborating Palam or common say that when your enemies are having confusion politically now, you know the law is, I don't want to call him enemy, it may sound too harsh, but he's opposing the side that I support. So, I mean, what concerns me, what are MDR threatening the law or certain group of people threatening the law? Whoever died in the Unity Party, I mean, that's John Palm wasting on John Rice. I mean, yeah, so what are the K Delon or the K Primo? I mean, look, the country is so divided. I'm telling you this. Probably some of you out there don't know what we are going through here. I'm saying this to you. I'm a professional young man. I'm an architect by profession. But do you know that at public works, my colleagues, my professional colleagues, that they myself sit in the engineering room together. Some of them that are director, they don't sit with me anymore. On grounds that they don't want people to see me probably standing with them and they take their picture and they will do their job. Do you know that don't happen anymore?
Wow.
So that line is drawn to the extent that even if I have a professional contract to do, I have to put another person's name as a label on that identical drawing. I will not put my name there because I don't want my name to be mentioned. Because if my name is mentioned, that drawing will be condemned. That drawing will not pass through the Ministry of Public Works on grounds that I'm critical, despite I'm a professional young man, but they sees me as someone that want to see the government down. So, Chief, when you draw a line of demarcation, Chief, I'm a Basel man. I'm from my county, Riverside County. I was born November 29. I am one young man. I don't pretend about how I feel or about what I want to do. For the fact of the matter that these people are drawing a line, a line, not invisible, a visible line wherein they say people from CDC should not work. Wherein they are going to a private company that employed me since 2020. Since 2020, they went after my job and took my job. I think that is sufficient reason for me to know that the government in charge, I will not work until their government time ends. So the line is June. I just give you my own personal perspective. But in churches, people don't sit with them. In churches, I'm telling you this. In fact, certain pastors, when they are to preach the next Sunday, certain members will not come to church on ground that message will be the Unity Party message. So are you lecturing me about what MDR threatening Delon or they not threatening? Even if they kill Delon, what concerns me in there? What concerns me? Whosoever to kill it up to the. In fact, we should be celebrating. In fact, we should even encourage the man. We should encourage them to go after each other because these are some of the medium in which God solve your problem. Because sometimes God don't use your hands to get rid of your enemy. He use your enemy hands to get rid of them. What Delon have not done, or what Delon did not do to our government,
yes,
they don't condemn almost everything to the extent. The only recreational center in this country, the first of a kind, the Invisible Park, the law enforcement condemn it. The PSP party condemn it to the extent that President Boakai himself called the road that was being constructed by President Weah as a Star War. What more do you want to hear to know that the people got deep hate for you? So, in conclusion, Chief, that one at John Pan way on John Ray. What a who care who not care who. The only thing I got to do for the people is to clap for them, celebrate whatever death. But if the people can be brave to announce, former president, we are deaf on EFBC.
Yeah, you're right.
And they spread on all of the social media to the extent that some of our do you know there are some of our old folks that lost their life upon hearing the news of President we are passing. So what more do you want to hear? So these people are displaying the highest number of hate. So for me, I can tell you this for free. I said this before and I'm saying this again. We have reached a point where people from the other side die, we will chatter, bang, and play in the street in celebration. That is the level of hate we have reached. The line is true. I don't know. Some of you in Europe, in America, I don't know about you. But
it's
in Liberia,
no, it's a scene here. It's a scene.
If anybody from the opposition or from the ruling establishment die, trust me, we will chatter, bang, and celebrate in the street. So I don't care what are they threatening, what are they killing. I don't care. Who die, I will celebrate. I tell you, I'm on record. It is good that that video is going live. If these people fight among themselves and anybody execute there, I will put motorcycles in the street to celebrate that death. I'm on record for this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Can I come in now, Prince?
Yes, sir. Yeah, come in, please.
So let me say this, right? I understand the frustration from my young brother, Chok. I've known Chokon for so long. So Chokon also, beyond him being a motorcyclist and a drafter, he drives planes and what have you. Chokon is a very serious football player. He plays football good. I started knowing Chokon. Chokon did it. Was it ETN that he played for, or which of the team?
I play for ETM.
Yeah, I remember because I grew up around in Papas. Chokon used to be in Pasa community, and I grew up right opposite GW Gibson. At the time, Skolo was coaching. He was coaching.
ETM.
So,
You're coaching ETM.
Yes. Yeah. So I've been around. Young Kingsley, and so beyond this young man being a motorcyclist, a drafter of building planes and side planes, he's also a very serious football player. But again, we from a country where we don't support talent, we kill talent. So I understand his frustration and disappointment. But beyond the common man reasoning, beyond the praising of what is said on that tip, I'm concerned about what is not said on that tip. Matter of fact, Delon will always confess. They say the truth crushed in the ground will always surface. Delon in that tape, I like to emphasize, he said, in a CDC-led government, I was allowed to be critical. Despite what he's saying now, whatever he say, but for those independent, I always tell you, Choko and everybody, for us to win election, we'll win election based on those undecided voters, on those independent voters. Most of the people you saw in our so-called 20,000 vote that we got defeated are people from the opposition, from the independent undecided voter. That's a group for me. Sometimes when you see me being liberal, that's a group I try to appeal to, Mr. Prince Sharif. That group is a group that don't believe in CDC, they don't believe in Unity Party. That group can decide who wins.
That's it. That group like that's that ANC back. No independent ANC group.
No. If the ANC group, then ANC would not have had that 1%. It was that group. It was that group. Most of them that because if ANC had performed well, won the election in the first round. If most of that group are going to ANC, because ANC only reduced Boakai number and then it will have given us the number we needed. But most of that group was a group that went to Boakai, made him to win. I'm being honest with you. We titrated the number later on. And so for the purpose of the future, let's discuss that statement, President. We are, allow me to be critical. That fixes the lie that Joseph Jawia was a dictator. The very opposition said the man was a dictator. Today, the mother said the man was a dictator. The mob is confessing. Sometimes God's wrath can come upon us and we can speak involuntarily. You see, His wrath can come upon us and we can speak involuntarily sometimes, right? And so, under these circumstances and under this scenario, I want to tell you this is a real confession. This is a real confession which speaks to who Judge Weah is. This is a real confession that speaks to the democratic credential of the CDC-led government. That the guys were lying. We were liberal, we're democratic. That is what the Constitution called for. We led a country in the circumference of the Constitution of our state. But yet these guys, they lie about everything that we did not do. So now,
Okay, I think we are having some glitches from his
Yeah, he's
end.
having some problem, but Prince,
Yeah. Mhm.
you know,
it's
while
not like they want to
Ronald
say the truth.
always now,
It's just what the
you won't
reality.
be Ronald, you
Yeah,
won't be
he's back.
Ronald.
Let's give him
Ronald,
chance. He's
a
back.
fire
He's
for
back.
fire. It's
Yeah,
fire for
Ronald, go
fire.
ahead. Go.
Huh.
Prince, are
Let
you
him go.
getting me?
Let him go. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, we are getting you now. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I was saying, Prince, what I was saying, that is the scenario. That's who we are. Now, let me tell you what was never said on that tip. What was never said on that tip is everyone.
You get bad network, man.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
network.
but then Prince, you continue small. Then later you come
the network.
because we almost
Nima,
finished.
he is not agree with Darrell Dillon trying to stereotype one group of people. We got 60-something thousand votes from Nima. That's the highest vote we've ever received from that county. Let nobody sit there and believe that the people of Nima hate us so much. No, they do not hate us. We got 60-something thousand votes. That's the highest ever. If they are not cheated in Nima, if they did not put country they were outside, if Jeremiah Kun did not do vote stocking, the number will have drastically reduced in Nima. So we got strong consequence in Nima. For Dillon to be pointing finger at the people of Nima County, to be referring to the people as killers, as murderers, that is resounding. How can you be saying, I know these people that are talking Kupokra, I don't like Kupokra. But how dare you sit there and you beat the drum of war and accusing one group of people, you stereotyping them. You stereotyping
But
the
the vice president can't come in. The vice president can't come in defense of them. The vice president, he control the Senate.
No, my man. Look, Detroit, I'm a Liberian. I got my own moral right. I got moral responsibility to the state. If Darrell Dillon, who is a senator, feels is threatening the man who got EPS around him, if he threatens you and Joseph Boakai can meet face to face, you can't go there and say it. When Prince Johnson died, you remember him saying he went to Prince Johnson and he went to Boakai on behalf of Prince Johnson. You don't miss the president all the time. The president controls the security of the state. There are Nima legislative caucus over there. He's in the Senate. The vice president of the Senate, the president of the Senate is the vice president. He could have just gone to the main ear. So he did not mean to say he very insecure. He meant to bully him and shoot the people of Nima and label them as killers. He meant to label them as killers. Now should I sit there and say, because we did not win in Nima, so Prince Johnson should talk garbage and I support. Darrell Dillon should talk garbage and I support him. No. Darrell Dillon needs to apologize to the people of Nima. You can't call these people murderers.
Yeah, when he apologized, let it go after him for real.
You cannot call these people murderers.
Yes.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong to call the people of Nima and not these people doing the war. So okay, so the people of Nima are making hold gun, right? That's what he's telling us. The people of Nima, they're only unscrupulous. They just get collectors in their hand, looking for people, juking them here and there. That's what Dillon is telling the people of Nima, and that is what I disagree with. The people of Nima are not murderers. We got brothers and sisters. We are interrelated. We got girlfriends, wives, and aunties, uncles from Nima. You cannot come here and insult these people and call them murderer. And we say because we did not win in Nima, so we're allowed that to happen. That is not the politics of the CDC. CDC, when we win, President Weah will be the president of everyone. President Weah has a root in Nima. Say Kosi, that say in his name, you know what is you know the Nima relation. So we condemn DeLonge's statement. DeLonge is a con artist, a criminal, a con artist who doesn't deserve to be listened to. He lost it all. Instead of confessing and apologizing for allowing a girl who lied on an oath, perjury, he lied more than a tobacco more. He didn't say anything. Smokes in 1 minute. DeLonge and smoke about 15 cigarettes in a daytime and smoke almost a cartoon. He's always under the influence of some tobacco. So DeLonge sitting here and saying the people of Nima want to kill me. That he talks that somebody who is a victim of verbal diarrhea, somebody who more just leak. That's what DeLonge is. That's who he is, and that's how he talks. And so I like your preliminary to say, I'm sorry to the people of Nima. We don't think you are killed us, but this is what you have, my dear people. This is what you have when you allow people like DeLonge to lie to you. Today, this is the thank you he has to give you. You know the vote that came from Nizo and other places in Montserrat for DeLonge? The Nima community in Pinsville, you know how he came for DeLonge. Today, he's telling you, Nima in Pinsville and other places that voted for him, that you are a murderer. That's what DeLonge is telling you. So you have to stand up, my dear people of Nima. Stand up and resist DeLonge, tell him you are not who he characterized you to be. This is how I can conclude on this, my dear brother.
Thank you so much. To just come in on this from my end, my people, beyond what DeLone was saying, I see terror for our nation under Joseph Nima Boakai.
Mm-hmm.
See a very horrible son. DeLone told you and myself that under a CDC-led government, he was being very, very critical. I don't refer to that as being critical. He was being very stupid. His comments were being very, very out of order to the extent that because for one to be critical, you saying that you get armed and you will fire at the president, that is not being
Mm-hmm.
critical. That is not critical at all. That is a
Exactly.
direct threat. That is a threat. So the things that he said under the CDC government was not being critical, was being threatening. We saw their hate coming outside. It was not being critical. It was all hate, lies, and etc. So, but what DeLong told us in that particular clip that look, under the CDC government, I could lie on the president, I could threaten the president, I could lie on people who work in the government, and I will walk away scot-free.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will hammer me. Nobody will tamper with me. But today, under a government that I serve, under a government that I campaign for and contributed towards their victory, look at what is happening. Now, I can take this from two angles. The first thing, fellow Liberian, is that the government is not tolerant, like we continue to say. These people are not tolerant. Look, these people, they will make sure to get at you at any cost if they see you to be critical. Listen to the word. I said critical. Take for an example. A living witness is right here with us, our brother Trokon. How many times they've not sent plainclothes police to his house or to areas that they know he is? Or maybe, he's
Mm-hmm.
around there with friends and colleagues to get rid of him. One time we saw a whole group of police going to this particular brother home, lying that they missed the police station. Armed men, they took armed men to your house. Who the small boy
Mm-hmm.
that you
It's
want to
true.
challenge the government or want to expose government? They took armed men to his house and they lie, we're passing, we're looking for police station and not in the main room, in the main house. He is a living witness. Look, we continue to say, look, let me tell you something. As one who is a trained security person, when it comes to the issue of protecting yourself, my people, there is just one way out. One way out. I want to be very careful not to say some other things here, but there is just one way out. Protect yourself or you die. You finish. Protect yourself or you die. Protect yourself or you get ready to give your life out. That is it. There's no two way about it. When it comes to the issue, not two way, that one way. Look, the Unity Party have clearly defined that for them, as it relates to the Unity Party agenda and propaganda, they are willing to do anything to ensure that they subdue anybody. So you must be willing as Liberian to protect yourself. We must be willing to protect this democracy. The Unity Party have said to us, stand with our number from their actions, from their deeds, the way that they are proceeding, that for them they can exterminate, they can eliminate anybody. And so, therefore, you as Liberians, you must get ready to protect your democracy. Get ready to protect your peace. Get ready to protect your family. Get ready to ensure that these people are exposed through a democratic process as enshrined in the Constitution. The power is with you. It's not with these idiots. It's with you. You cannot allow these people to continue to bamboozle you, put you from one end to the other. Look, you don't have enough army in that particular country or enough police to think that you can trample on the people. Just stop playing this joke. Just stop joking around here. That is just one. DeLong is telling you, DeLong is not confessing before the world that the government that he brought to power is not tolerant. That's what DeLong is saying. And he's saying, yeah, that what DeLong is saying in simple English. DeLong is telling us my people about our own government, what we bring. The government not tolerant. Meanwhile, bring the government, I
Exactly.
try to be critical. The people say they're running behind me. That's what God DeLong is
Exactly.
telling us.
Yes.
And that's what we continue to
Exactly.
say. Look at what happened in King Jaw. The people who ask for their social corporate responsibility from the government, from the concession company through the government that it should be implemented. But I can send people that say, but the people want to be critical. As they come here, the people want to protect, you go fire them. And remember the scene there, President, we had took over. It was the scene there, these guys protested. And they were
Yeah,
given an
the same
opportunity.
people.
Remember the
Yeah.
health workers, they protested the point time.
Yeah, yeah.
The same very day, President, we had took over. The next day was a protest, but he didn't change. But just like Nima Bueka, he told all they see the next day, our people in Grand Cape Mount country, as soon as they say, oh, that case, okay, but then forget it. Waste them. Waste the MF them. And they wasted them. Working for RA. Now one police officer answer question. Today, we stay here, we're talking. We stay here, we're talking. As I speak to you, we stay here, we're talking. Another thing again that we are seeing, fellow Liberian, that there is a big fight. And if we are not careful, this will escalate into something very terrible. The law is creating a picture that the people of Nimbas are killers, that the people of Nimba they are barbarians, they are hooligans, and they are not tolerant. That which I don't think it is. I know we may have issues. I know there will be back and forth, we disagree, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. But I don't want to believe that what happened in Nimba or what happened during the 14 years of civil war, I say more than 14, that it was only Nibanian that were committing those atrocities, as Delon is saying here. Listen to Delon. Delon said the people when they enter anyhow, when they say when they speed a trap, you don't answer them, mean they zero everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Nibanians were not the only people that were, doing what they were doing. There are various traps. Val were there. Mendes were there. Gios were there. Gola were there, and etc. etc. So for Delon to present a picture to us that the people of Nimba are violent, these people they are willing to take arm again, as somebody who is security minded, there is something that Delon is saying when you look at it from a security standpoint, that the people of Nimba, there is something that is breeding there. But I will not go there. And one can do that other analysis. I will not go there. Is that what Delon is saying? Remember when President Weah was president, these people say, oh, the government training Songana Burkina business to Grand G there. You remember that
Mm-hmm.
video? They say, oh,
Yes.
the government training people. Be careful. Sometimes there are too many details in just hello. When somebody say hello, when you are a critical person, when they just say hello, there's too many details in hello. I want to stop here and just go to our brother Chokon as he conclude from his end. My brother Chokon, time have caught up with us. Let's hear from you as you conclude from your end, sir.
Yeah, so I listened to your own analysis, and you try to draw some level of high security analysis into it, but for some reason you disengage. And, well, I'm not going to go there. I'm not a security expert. And I'm not going to pretend to be one. But I'm going to disagree with you, my leaders, most especially Mr. Dubayu for the first time.
It's true.
I'm going to disagree with you. Look, I think that is these are some of the things that led to our defeat.
Exactly.
You look at an executive member of the Unity Party when we were in power. The entire, what they call them, I know, religious council, Christian council, these were card-bearing members, executive members of the Unity Party. Who told you CDC never knew this information? But guess what? They closed their eyes on these people and consider them as civil society people. They allowed the people to make reckless statements against our government. These were the people that were fueling the international community with all the terrible reports. Our government sat down and allowed the people to flow, even though they have all the sophistication to know that these people are card-bearing members of the Unity Party. Who told you citizens never knew? Who told you citizens never knew that all the quote-unquote civil society grouping in this country were all Unity partisans and were pretending to be civil society people? They sat down and allowed the people. They ran the media. They ran the entire country with lies and propaganda. Today, some of us are victims of the lies. But then we are no longer in power. To the extent our own professional career that we are practicing in private companies, people went and take us from there. Today we are jobless because the level of tolerance is to some extent. You see, sometimes when you are overly tolerant, then it now becomes stupidity. And like I said, I'm going to disagree with the DRG, Mr. Dubayu, on this issue about to some extent he's trying to polish it about the law and the rest of that. Look, who killed the law is none of your business. When people kill each other, it's none of your business. These people are shown beyond all reasonable doubt that they hate you. What more you want? You Jesus Christ, you pastor? What more you want to see? These people left President, we are in the air when he was about to land and they told the father, la prime on catch the ground. Oh, you are not here, you didn't listen to that thing? Where Eugene Number was giving the detail of the life-threatening situation that the former president on the government. What more? And you see, I don't want you you see, most of our educated leaders, people like Randall and the rest of the guys, look, the level we are reached now is fire for fire. Don't come lecture me whether you get PhD, you want bring your printed book in this thing. I may not have the PhD, I may not have a master, but the level I have reached, I have practiced in my career, I have read sufficiently to know between bad and good. And there are certain things nobody can tell me for me to know for myself. And so I will disagree with you, my leader, Randall. For you to be thinking about considering people, they are there that no. Let them not call Nehemiah killer. Let them not call Nehemiah wicked people. None of your business inside. That if people get a government. There's the first man I see that have a proximity to the president. Joseph Boakai. They don't can see Joseph Boakai at any time he wish. But he can't let you say he laugh at that threatening. What kind of stupidity, what kind of nonsense argument is that? We almost like me yellow machine. Joe we are a president and I get access to going in to see Joe we are anytime. And somebody on a radio or somebody for in one corner say, oh, yellow machine want to go or you. Just by having access to Joe we are, having that proximity to Joe we are. You talk about threatening me, it's a waste. Don't listen to Delon. That is a corner statement Delon made. Delon life is not trending. They don't have direct access to the president. For somebody to even know that the president knows you personally, it's a privilege. You are already covered by the NSA. You are covered by too many security sophistication in the country. So they don't can enjoy it. What they don't say, if they don't like it, he can even join Eugene Facon. Do you remember that person? We are saw Eugene Facon for spreading a message of trouble and how you call it discrimination? Do you remember that, Honorable Sherry? Editra? Do you remember that? That's what Delon was. I got to tell Delon about Eugene Facon was dismissed. When Eugene Facon made a statement saying that the Congo people, that was a divisive politics, that was not his role as a deputy information minister. But then we are sagging saying, no, you won't bring war. What kind of statement the people are not made and President Baga called them for dinner and said thank you? Daniel Sano I insulted down to come Marie we are. Insulted President we are. Joseph Baga called them for law and said thank you for cursing the people. You won't be pastor? Chief, in conclusion, let me say this to you.
Our brother Chokon is having some challenges from his end. But let's go to our brother Jake as you conclude.
Yeah, let me elaborate. Small, probably Chokon will come back. What Chokon said to Brother Rano is true. Brother Rano, after they show goatee on it, the president that we support, he get a slogan or a statement he already made, fire for fire. So let me tell you, the peace of the unity, the peace of that nation lies in the unity party here. Now CDC, because Joy will say, on my watch, there will be no checkpoint here anymore. So the peace that the international community spend millions of billions of dollars to secure in the hands of the unity party, we not care. They want Trump that country back to war that it left with them. It's under that administration. They should be collective and calm and proceed the right way. But the breaking of the rule of law is not as fire for fire. It's real fire for fire. If he's supporting CDC, that's why me I tell people, I'm not a sedition. No, I'm not a weird shame. I know the former president. If he's not in politics, I don't care anymore. I will not take part in nothing. Because the people believe that the notion of the Unity Party, they believe that CDC is a weak party. They've been thinking on a long time. Because when the people came to power, they allowed all these things to fly. The certain statement there, the rule of law, they were intact. Everything never urinated on the Constitution. The same Prince Johnson today. They left the CDC corridor and went on the other side because of power. So what Procon said, he ran. Because I remember Prince wanted to play that video concerning Fatou. You say, oh, people will be watching it. Who never see caution on the social media? They get children and listen to Prophet Key and other people that insult the president for breakfast for dinner. That children on the social media. Prince wanted to play that Fatou statement, what he insulting. But you think Prince will not play that particular statement? No. Anything that will put us out there, we will play it. Like why? When Tanchi then started coming to insult the president, see how the social media went crazy. What Tanchi did today? They howling. They back in that closet. Any point they're coming from, we're putting fire to that point. That's it. If you like it or not, that's your business. But in reality, they see Prince Johnson. They lie. They say, how can I tell about Nima Kanda job? I do Nima Kanda job. I breaking the drugs in the country. What happened to him today? They see United Party. They couldn't stay in to the end of the ride and die for frustration, other things then. We got to take the bull by the horn now. 2029, I want AB, me tell you something, before I close quick. Your brother AB hosted me. I shake Monrovia. The player used to be telling you, I leak it to the whole country. I will say a year again. I will emphasize a year again. That is the money aspect. If they play that play, if you can give me 5 minutes or 2, that's a 2 minutes. To the followers here, Sherry, you can remember during George Weah time.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow because we got to close now.
Okay.
Time.
Okay, I will
Yeah,
come.
let's
I
do it
will come.
tomorrow
I
where
will
we
come
have
with you one-on-one
exclusive
for
time.
tomorrow. No problem.
Exactly. So let's
So
go.
it's fire for fire. It's fire for fire, Randall. It's fire for fire. We're not giving chance to nobody. What happened in that camp? They got to preserve the peace. If the peace was, they would chop on that peace for us to go back to that dark day. We're willing to go back to that dark days. They're building property then too. Everybody will come in exile. The peace is in the hand. They got to challenge that peace. The president need to satisfy our country, to put our country in peace. Not George Weah anymore. The city not sitting on George Weah.
Thank
It's
you
sitting
so
within
much,
the
my brother.
Unity
Let's go
Party.
to Honorable
So that
Dugwayu. Time have caught up with us. But let's go to Dugwayu and then we'll come back to our brother Chokon as he,
no, we're that close.
Honorable Dugwayu, let's go ahead, sir.
I think Dugwayu off your own.
Hello, Honorable Dugwayu, are you there?
He off your own.
Okay, let's go to our brother and just give him the 30 seconds as he conclude from his end. Yeah, our brother Chokon, you was landing when you went off.
Yeah, I went off of data. So I am saying this in conclusion. Look, we are the one that are on the ground here.
It's true.
It's a sheriff and Detroit. What we go through here, you don't know it.
I know, it's true.
I say this to you. I see my family in hiding. To see them, I gotta put nose mask on my face. I gotta disguise myself. At a certain point, I gotta even use whiskey. I gotta disguise myself to see my family. So you don't know what we go through, yeah? You may see what we place on internet is what you see. You should be thinking about what we have not said in public, what we have not posted on the internet. That's what you should be worried about. And you, Mr. Sherry, as a seasoned security expert, these are things you should be thinking about. And so, like I said, in conclusion, I would disagree with my leader. I think this will be the first time I would disagree with all of you, including Honorable Dobayu, in this regard. To ever think about considering people as one of us or as Liberians, people will not even consider you as Liberians. That's the first thing. I don't know what you see. There's anything you have to grab. You have to know your terrain. You have to know the people you're dealing with. So you know why most times when people are going to war, they will research to know the people they are going to know their strength, is to help them properly prepare. You have had the opportunity to know the people that you are dealing with called unity party. The people that consider you are Liberians, why are you considering them? It's fire for fire. When you come back with your Western education and you want to change our debate here, we will tell you what we want you to do here. You will not tell us what to do here. And you rather you are no stranger to the terrain here. You are here, you live here for years. You myself have a history. You saw me playing football, you saw me doing my architectural work, you saw a lot of things. You are witness, you saw too many things. Most of you here, you are only privileged to go out there. So you can't change the debate. In fact, when you come here, the terrain here, nobody will tell you how you need to behave. Nobody will tell you. So in conclusion, what are unity party people kill each other? What are who die? Who not die? We have reached a point where when somebody die from unity party, we chatter band, we'll hire whole bands here, marching bands here, and we'll drill in the street. People celebrated former president, we are deaf. What's the message that sent to you? That message is coded, and let me decode it to you. Meaning, they want the former president to be dead, including you, his followers. And that's why when they attempt convincing you to say the citizen anybody had to be convinced, and they will go as far as saying, President, we are using medicine on. Do you know why? They believe that they may using medicine, so they won't see him dead. What more should people do to tell you that people are not considerate of you? People are not tolerant. That way to be using a BB word. People don't want to see you survive. They don't want to see you live. So for me, there is fire for fire. And I want all of you, whether in Europe, in America, in Asia, everywhere, citizens following the last video, there is fire for fire. Take it to them. See them as aliens the very way they see I see you. And that's why the motorcyclists that I'm privileged to serve as president of them. I am always making sure to inform our motorcyclists and keke riders that people don't want to see you survive. People want to see you dead. That's why they took millions of dollars from you and they deprive you of any your livelihood. I'm asking all of you to join this fight. It is not ordinary. Why you see on Facebook it less. Why you see on Facebook it just one in a bucket. It's just few of the information you receive. We are on the ground. We know what we go through here. And so thank you so much, Honorable Sheriff. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you, Honorable Dobayu. Thanks to all of you for giving us the opportunity for our voices to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On this note, fellow Liberian, time have caught up with us. And we want to say thanks to each and every one of you for giving us the opportunity to be with you in your homes, on your various gadgets, on your sets. Until we meet again on Friday, which will be another fascinating, moment for us to
Say
discuss
tomorrow. Say tomorrow.
important. Tomorrow. Yeah, no, tomorrow you and I will be on here, yeah. But
Okay.
usually the redemption hour is on
Oh,
Friday.
okay. Okay.
So until we meet again on Friday, I want to say God bless each and every one of you. Have yourself a
Salute. Bye
God bless
bye.
day and bye from our end. Thank you.